Hello everyone, so in this video we are going to learn how to create Wave customers for Google Form submissions. So whenever you receive a form submission, specifically Google Forms, then you want to create Wave customers. So for that we are going to connect these two applications with the help of Pabbly Connect, and we are going to create an automation for this complete process where our trigger will be the new response received from the forms that will be stored into Google Sheets, and then our action will be to create a contact in Wave. Let us learn how to do that. So let us learn that from Google Form submission, how you can create a customer in your Wave account. So this is the Google form that I have created with the name Wave membership form. And here the person or the customer will fill in the first name, last name, email, contact, address, and city. These are the basic details required to create a customer in Wave. And then when the form will be filled, and as you know that our Google form is automatically connected to Google Sheet. So all the responses that will be filled over here will be also stored in our Sheets. If you click on link to Sheets, create a new spreadsheet with the same name, create and see. A sheet will be visible in front of you where you will have all the fields that are created in your Google form. So we are going to fill in this form, and then the responses will be stored over here, and we will integrate Google Sheets and Wave so that every time a new response is received over here, then a Wave customer will be created using this software. Let us quickly sign in so that we will reach this place where I can see all the applications provided by Pabbly, and we are going to use Pabbly Connect to create this automation. Click on Access Now. That will take me to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Reaching here, you will see a big blue button on your right side where it's written Create Workflow. Click on the button and give a suitable name to your workflow. I'm going to name it as Create Wave Customer from Google Form Responses. Click on Create, and then a blank workflow will be created for you, like you can see on your screen. You will be able to see the two major modules of Pabbly Connect called Trigger and Action, on which the whole automation works. Before that, I would like to remind you to open the two applications in separate tabs, the one you are supposed to integrate. Like we are integrating Google Forms to our Wave account for the reason that it will be easy for you to connect both these applications to Pabbly Connect and also to make the required changes of this workflow. So trigger says when this happens and action says do this, which means that trigger will be the first application where the event will take place. And when that happens, it will trigger the workflow, making sure that the action application does this, which is the assigned action. So the trigger over here is Google Form, because when the Google Form is submitted by any customer or any random person, then this workflow will start to run. That data will be collected in Google Sheets, from where the data will be brought over here as a response. And our action application, which is Wave, will create a customer, which is going to be the action event. So here, let us begin with our trigger first. The trigger event is going to be new response received. When you select that event, you will see that a webhook URL is provided to you by Pabbly Connect. The reason behind this URL is that it acts like a bridge between two applications, which is our trigger application and our Pabbly Connect, in such a way that all the data which is stored in your Google Sheet automatically from Google Forms will be brought over here as a response. Like you can see, capture webhook response. So this webhook will bring that response of the form submission over here so that we can transfer that data to our action application to make use of it. So these are the instructions given to you. First, it is asking you to go to the Google Sheets where all the Google Form responses are collected. And then we will integrate Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect using this webhook URL. So let us follow these instructions and begin. First of all, you will have to fill up the form so that you have some data over here that will be sent as a response. So before integrating, let us quickly fill in this form. I will go to the preview format, and here I will fill in the details. First name, last name, email address, contact number, address line 2, and then the name of the city. Click on submit and the form will be submitted. When you go to your Google Sheet, you will see that yes, we have received this response over here. First name, last name, email address, contact, address, and city. And you scroll to this side, then the timestamp is also recorded. We haven't created this field, but Google Form does this to record the time and date of the submission. Now, since we have received this response, let us integrate our Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. Copy this webhook URL from here and go to your Google Sheets. Go to extensions because you will be needing an add-on to integrate these two applications. Go to add-ons and get add-ons. It will take you to the Google Workspace Marketplace. Here you have to type Pabbly Connect webhooks. This is the add-on you are supposed to install. Once you're done with the installation, like I have already installed it, you will find it in your extensions menu only. Like you can see, you have Pabbly Connect webhooks over here. Go to initial setup and you will find a dialog box where you have to enter the details of this webhook URL and trigger column. So paste this webhook URL that you copied from your workflow, and trigger column is the last updated column, which means when the webhook URL will fetch data from this sheet, then which is the last column that has to be covered, which is over here H, because it is the last column. There is nothing after H that has to be captured. So I will type over here H and my data is filled. Click on submit. This will save the data. As you can see, it says setup configured successfully. Now you click on send test and it will send this first response over here to our workflow as a response. And we have received the response. See, we have the trigger column, name of the spreadsheet, where you have responses over here. The spreadsheet name is given directly from the form. And then the name of the person, email address, contact, and address is also here. So we have all the details that were there in our Google Sheet. Now close this and then go back to extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks. And this is a very important step, that is check mark on send on event. Now send on event will make sure that when this event takes place, which means filling up one more row by the form submission, when that event takes place, then it will send the data on this webhook where we did the setup of the configuration, and it will be sent over here as a response. So since we have received the response, we can close this module and move on to our action application. Now there is no other filter required, no other setting required. Straight away the form is submitted and you want to create a customer with the same name. So here in Wave, you will choose the action event as create a customer. Click on connect because you have to connect both the applications. Add new connection and connect with Wave. We are connecting Wave and Pabbly Connect for the reason that Pabbly Connect has now all the data that we have received as a form response, right, in the form of trigger response. So Wave has to be connected to Pabbly Connect so that it can take the data from this trigger application to our dashboard where it can create a customer. Connect with Wave, and simply you just have to give access by clicking on allow access over here. Once it is done, your connection will be successful and you will get empty fields where you have to map the data. So the business name is given over here. There is just one, so no need to go for the option. But if you have any other business section, then you can select that one over here. We can't map this data because this is the first time we are using Wave over here. Now customer or business name. So here we will enter the customer name. So how we will enter, if I type something over here like ABC, this is static data. Every time this workflow runs, even in the case of new form responses, this name won't change because it is entered by me. But what I will do instead is map the data. Basically, I will insert data from the previous step, which means that I will use this drop-down menu to take data from the form submission so that every time a new form is submitted and a new row will be filled, and then this row will be sent to trigger response. Now the trigger response will change and every time this data will be replaced by the new data. So open this drop-down menu and map the name of the person, which is this. First name and last name, I have done it together because this is the main name of the customer. Now there is a small dialog box when you go back to your Wave and customers over here. And if you want to add a customer, you see this is the name of the customer and this is the primary contact. So for that, it is asking me the first and last name separately. So I'll go back to customer so that we can check over here our newly created customer. Let us do that. First name, map the first name from this place. So every time a different first name appears, it will be changed here. The last name, map the last name as well. Then we have the email address. You can take help from the search and map data field. In this field, you can type any hint of the value you're looking for. Like I'm looking for email address. So I wrote @ and it took me directly to the value. Similarly, mobile number or phone number, you can enter that data as well. Scroll down and this is my contact number. Scroll down and then what other details do you have? We have address. Line 1, so address 1 here. Address 2 over here, and then the name of the city. All right. So these are the sufficient details we were having in the responses. There is nothing more to it. So simply now we will scroll down and click on Save and Send Test Request. When you click this, it will send a test request to create a customer in Wave. And see, one customer is created. Scroll down in the responses and check for any error. If it shows error, you have to correct it then and there, because then it won't run every time for a new form submission and it won't create a new customer. Since there is no error, which means that probably our workflow has done the work. So let us come up again and close this module. This is our workflow. This is how it looks. Let us go to Wave and check, have we created a customer or not. The name of our customer was Jane Iyer. So look for Jane. This is the customer. See, contact number, email address and name is here. Open this contact and you will find the address as well. So we have the address over here, which means that with the help of this workflow, every person who fills up the form will get the details collected over here, and then automatically a Wave customer will also be created. Let us do that again. Submit another response and fill in the details. I have entered the demo user 1 as the first name and last name. This is my email address, my contact details, address, completed. Click on submit. It's submitted. Go back to your sheet and here it is filled. Since we have checked the send on event, which means this will be sent through this workflow, response will be received and further transferred to Wave. Let us go to Wave, refresh this. We will check our customers for a demo user 1. And here we have demo user 1. This is the email address I entered and this is the contact number. Open this and this is the address of the person we just entered in the form a few seconds ago, which means that yes, this workflow runs. So this was the whole video. I hope this helped. Not just these applications, but you can integrate many other applications using Pabbly Connect. If you have any issue regarding Pabbly, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. You can ask your queries at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any doubts regarding our pricing, then you can connect us through this given website. If you found this video helpful in any way, then make sure to share this with your friends and colleagues to make their life easier by creating automations. We will meet in the next video. Till then, do not forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.